So the trax G4 1000 mile update. As you can see, the odometer is rolled over. It's at 1050 miles. And I just wanted to give some thoughts, since all the Amazon reviews or online reviewers are stupid and they don't say anything helpful except, oh, it's a good build quality, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to any scooter reviews online. They're all dog shit. But 1,000 miles on this bad boy. So most of the stuff that went wrong within like the first 400 miles. So let's get started with what you will have problems with. Firstly, the brakes are gonna get terrible. So adjusting these, obviously you have the cord adjustment. Everyone knows that, how to do tension on that. But a big thing, you'll need to undo these two screws and slot this accordingly, because the piston only moves this way. So the back brake pad stays stationary. So if this bracket's, too far that way or too far this way, your brakes will suck. So you got to keep up on the brakes. I'd say like every 100 miles they'll have to be adjusted for sure. These 4 screws on the bottom of mine, these silver ones that I had to replace that hold the battery bracket in, it's kind of a structural component too, but all 4 of those screws fell out slash stripped out slash terrible. They're like little M4 or M5 screws. So had to drill out and tap those with some I think those are M6s. Yeah, probably. But that fixed that permanently. Flat tires, obviously you're gonna get flat tires. I probably got like 4. I haven't got one in like 500 miles, so I don't know what that's about, but it's no big deal. Changing these flat tires is easy. Just go on Amazon. This thing that clamps to there will break as soon as you drop the scooter down on its neck. One thing I forgot to mention, my roommate has the exact same one, so these problems are verified, like on 2 scooters. His is broken there, his brakes are always going out. The most annoying thing on this scooter is up here in the locking. So I'll do that with one hand. The locking mechanism on this will get loose and it'll feel like shit and it will wobble all over. Putting a piece of cardboard in here as a spacer helps, but you're supposed to be able to adjust this with that little set screw. That little set screw pushes it in and out to change the angle of this, but it really doesn't work, so you end up just putting a shim and tightening the crap out of this. But once you get used to that, you can fix that. But the main annoying thing is this head bearing. So this is like a bearing, like a car bearing, conical probably. I've never taken it apart, but it has this big ass nut that sets the preload on the bearing. And this bearing will always get loose and feel like shit slopping all around. So you have to tighten that. So how do you tighten that? Well, first you want to loosen these 2 bolts. And then I made a tool right here. But you could also use like a big set of snap ring pliers like this to grab on. I'll just show you both ways. What we used to do was just use these snap ring pliers, and you just grab on like that and just tighten the shit out of it. But once I made this, I can hammer that in, you can imagine it, and then tighten it with a real wrench and actually get it nice and well. And it's been pretty good since then, but that's another maintenance thing. Every 100, 200 miles, that shit gets loose and you gotta retighten it. So what else about this scooter? The 1,000 mile wise, so after 1,000 miles, my range right now is probably 6 to 8 miles, depending how cold it is outside. Power's still doing pretty good. 20 mile an hour, nice. Pulls up hills decently for what it is, definitely. And overall, pretty happy with it. I bought it for 420 bucks on sale on Amazon, so I think for that price, hitting 1,000 miles is really good. And now that kind of ironed out all the kinks over time, it's been, I'd say the last 400 miles have been almost maintenance free compared to the first 600, all the problems pop up. But if you're thinking of buying this, I think it's way more expensive now, like over $600. I don't know, that's kind of expensive, but 500, I'd say go for it. It's a good price. Oh, one last thing I need to tell you about this locking mechanism too. And the Amazon people will whine about this too, but this bolt will shear. Both me and my roommate have broken this bolt like 3 times. He drilled us out and put a bigger bolt in. But that will shear if you land a jump bad, reef on the handlebars too hard, whatever, and then you gotta pray to God you can find this little piece, because making that custom is gonna be a pain. Well, thanks for watching.